all who come here, welcome. You are listening to the Mouse Knows Best podcast, your weekly dose of all things Disney.
Hello and welcome to episode 13 of the Mouse Knows Best podcast. I am your host, Barry, and joining me tonight we have Jared.
Hey there, guys.
And we have Cody.
Hey, all.
And we have producer Joe.
Heidi-ho, neighbor.
And tonight we have our first guest for this podcast, and we have Yeehaw Bob Jackson, and you all should know him. If you haven't, you need to know him. Welcome, Bob.
Yeah! Hello, everybody. This is Yeehaw Bob Jackson from Port Orleans Riverside at Walt Disney World, and I'm thrilled this evening to be invited on the Mouse Knows Best podcast. I want to give a big thanks out to my good friends, Mr. Jarrett, Mr. Cody, and Mr. Joe. Mouse Knows Best podcast, we love you. Mouse Knows Best podcast, we love you. Mouse Knows Best podcast, it's you. My best podcast, we love you. Ha ha!
Awesome.
How
about that?
Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being on your podcast.
Yes, thank you for coming on. Yeehaw Bob, why don't you go ahead and why don't you tell us and tell the listeners about how you got started with Disney and what you've done to get yourself in the position where you're at right now.
Well, thank you. I moved to Orlando in 1992. I was living abroad with my wife and my 3-year-old son. We were performing in Norway, and we needed to settle down because the boy was 3 years old, and they were auditioning piano players at a place downtown Orlando called Church Street Station, Rosie O'Grady's. And I came back to the United States and joined the band there. It was an 8-piece Dixieland band, and one of the trumpet players in the band was playing out at the Diamond Horseshoe Show. This was way back in the early 1990s, and he invited me to audition at Disney, and so I auditioned for the Diamond Horseshoe Show way back in the 1990s, and got accepted as a sub. And from there, I became the 2-day piano player at the Diamond Horseshoe Show. And that got me into Disney. And I'd been a sub there at Disney, and I was playing at a big piano bar here in Orlando called Blazing Pianos. And one of the subs there was a piano player out at Port Orleans Riverside. He said, "Bob, I'm getting ready to leave Port Orleans Riverside. Why don't you go out and audition?" So I did. And that was almost 19 years ago. I got that job, and I've been performing at night for 19 years. They're at Port Orleans Riverside with my own little show, and it's just been a lot of fun. And every night's a big hoot. It's free to get in. Kids are welcome all night long. It's right there at Port Orleans Riverside, the Disney Resort.
Now, what kind of music do you do there? Is it all made-up music that you have composed yourself, or is it fan favorites or old-time music? What kind of music do you guys? What do you do there?
They're at Port Orleans Riverside?
Yeah.
You've never seen my show?
Oh, I have. I'm just for those who haven't seen it. What would they be entertained to?
I put on a family-oriented, audience participation Disney sing-along show. I encourage everybody to sing along, and we do lots of kids stuff, a lot of Disney stuff, a lot of audience participation. It's a high-energy, boogie-woogie ragtime piano show. I start at 8:30, and I really don't take a break until almost midnight. I do 2 15-minute meet and greets, and you can see lots of videos of the show on YouTube. You can go to my webpage, yeehawbob.com, and see lots of videos and read all kinds of things about the show and see pictures from last week. And I encourage everybody to come out to the show if you're coming to Disney, because it's a lot of fun for everybody, people of all ages from all over the world. We have a great time there at Port Orleans Riverside.
So, Bob, so what else do you what do you do outside when you're not at Port Orleans? Do you have other hobbies, or do you travel? What other things do you do?
Well, today is April 19th. I just came back from Alaska. I went up there last week and put on 5 shows, raised money for the Native American kids. We raised $18,000. I performed these 5 shows. I have a church gig that I've had for the last 22 years. I perform in church every Sunday at the Kauai Christian Church. You're welcome to come on Sunday and celebrate. The directions to the church are on my website. I do a lot of outside Disney gigs. I do this summer. I'm performing 15 children's shows at local libraries here throughout Central Florida, and I put on a lot of senior shows. I keep very busy. I try to keep busy, and when I'm not performing, I'm recording. I've got 10 CDs that I have out, and right now I'm transcribing my last one. I'm writing all the music out, so I have a book of my original music, and I do a lot of recording, a lot of playing, a lot of practicing. I practice every day, at least an hour. So music is my life. It's all I've ever done. It's what I love to do.
All right, Cody, do you have a question?
Yeah, hey, Bob. I'm a big fan of Port Orleans Riverside. I just think it's a beautiful resort area, and I'm just wondering, what is your favorite part of Port Orleans, other than your own show, of course, but like somewhere else at Port Orleans that you just think is just incredible to go visit and look at?
Well, I have stayed there at Port Orleans, and I don't think it can go wrong. I don't know a lot about the resort. I know a lot of the kids, a lot of the people that work there. I would have to say the cast members are my favorite part of Port Orleans Riverside. I know that it's a very beautiful resort, and the people love to stay there. But as far as personal favorites, everybody has their own personal favorite. I love every part of that resort. I don't know if you've ever been there at Christmas time. The resort looks so pretty at Christmas with all the bunting and Christmas decorations. But it's a beautiful resort. And if you've never stayed there, if any of your listeners have never stayed there, I know you're going to have a great time. It's a great place to stay. If you do, come out and say hi there to the show out there in the lounge.
All right, Jared.
Yeah, hi, Bob. I'll get the goofy question out of the way. How sick of you are you of Piano Man?
I love all of the music that I play. You know, it's not about what's coming off the stage. It's about what's coming back from the audience. It's a hard thing to describe unless you've actually participated in it. But all these songs that I do are audience participation songs, and I'll start the song, and the audience just picks it up. And every night is different. Every night, the audience, there's something going on that's different. So I'm really not tired of any of those songs. Piano Man, people love to sing it, and I love to entertain, and I love people. Entertaining is my passion. And as long as everybody is singing along, and I'm watching them have fun, it doesn't really matter. Those songs, every song is a great tune, and I just love every second of it.
Cool. Yeah, I like that answer.
So do you consider yourself? From what I hear, a lot of you're a must see. People, when they talk about Disney or when they talk about Port Orleans, it's you have to see Yeehaw Bob Jackson. You have to see him. You have to go experience it once. You have to actually just be in there, just to hear the environment, hear the sounds, hear the participation. So when you hear that, how does that make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel wonderful. I love what I do. I'm very passionate about it. I give myself a little pep talk every time I walk in. After when I enter off stage, when I enter that resort, this is going to be my very best show. There's a sign in the back that I actually rap it with my knuckles. It's a saying from Walt Disney. It says, give the people everything you can give them. Make it a real fun place to be. And that's my mantra. That's what I say to myself going in. Doesn't matter if I'm tired, what kind of mood I'm in. That's the thought that I think of when I'm walking in that room. And I get in there, and I try to get to every table before I start. I try to talk to everyone in there and learn where they're from. And if they're celebrating a birthday, anniversary, what's on their mind. And I'll get up on that stage and I'll try to incorporate their names in the show. And if somebody's celebrating, I'll make sure that I'll make an event for them.
Yeah, Elizabeth, who's not with us tonight, she's on our podcast. She has a question that she sent in. She wants to know, what is your most favorite job that you ever had?
My most favorite job that I ever had? Well, I hate to keep coming back to Port Orleans Riverside. I've been there 19 years. I have so many wonderful memories of performing there. I've had people propose marriage. I've had John Lasseter sit in the front row singing You've Got a Friend in Me.
That's awesome.
I've had so many interesting things that have happened there at Port Orleans Riverside. I love to entertain. It's what I love to do. I love to travel. And I can't think of wherever I am. I know it sounds like patronage, but I really do enjoy, no matter where I am and what I'm doing. I love to entertain, and I love people.
Joe, do you have a question?
Yeah, I want to thank Bob. I just ordered his DVD or CD off of his website the other day. Can't wait to get it. And also wanted to ask you, you're available for private events and everything, so is your schedule filling up quite a bit, or how does that work for you with your Disney gig? Is it pretty much on your downtime, or how does that work?
Well, I'm lucky that Disney lets me travel, and I'm traveling up to New York here in a couple weeks to play at a wedding reception. Last couple weeks I was up in Alaska. If someone writes to me and wants me to come and play, I'll try to accommodate them. And I get away maybe 3-4 times a year. I get up to Rochester, New York every October for a fundraiser up there for SUNY. I help them raise money so they can come down and volunteer at Give Kids the World. And Disney lets me go, and as long as I give them at least a month's notice. And so if somebody wants to hire me to come play their wedding reception or a fundraiser or a church service, you just write to me and we'll start figuring out how we're going to make it happen.
That's awesome. Thanks, Bob.
Yeah, that is amazing. I actually grew up in Binghamton, New York, so I know all about the SUNY college system there. So it's great that you do that there. Let me ask you about now. What would you consider your top 3 most requested songs when you're performing that people are expecting to hear when they're there?
Well, there's a bit that I do that people have come to enjoy. It's an old bit. I learned it a long time ago. Sarah, Sarah, sitting on the shed house door. And that's one song that people ask me for all the time. But I'm always looking for more Disney songs. I love to learn new songs. So if any of your listeners has a idea for a song, a Disney song, my only request is that it is not a slow song. I try to stay away from slow songs, but I'm trying to learn more songs. The last couple tunes I learned were, let's see, from the Mulan movie, I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Oh, great song.
And I worked up from the Tangled movie, let's see, what is it? I'm malicious, mean, and scary, and my snare could curl devil. Violence, my hands are not the cleanest. What is that song? Beside my evil look, my temper, and my hook, I've always longed to be a concert pianist.
I've Got a Dream. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
What? I've got a dream, I've got a dream. I'm not as mean and scary as I seem. But I do like breaking femurs. You can count me with the dreamers. Like everybody else, I've got a dream.
Awesome.
That one up.
That's
I'm
awesome.
looking for more songs. If anybody's got an idea, by golly, you let me know so I can work it up and put it in the show.
All right, Jared.
Yeah, so in 2013, you were awarded the Disney Legacy Award, and I looked that up, and they do it with a surprise ceremony. Do you remember what that surprise ceremony was for you?
Yeah, it was quite a surprise because I had never even heard of the Legacy Award. I had no idea what it was, and I thought I was in trouble. I looked up, and I had all these managers running around, and usually I don't have any managers at the show, and all of a sudden I had all these managers. I thought I was going to give notice or something, but they gave me this nice award. I didn't know anything about it till I got home and read about it. It's quite a privilege. It's the Legacy Award is a peer recognition award, and it was quite a privilege to get that thing. And I got a nifty new blue name tag and a nice big picture of Walt Disney that I keep on stage with me. You can see it in all my pictures that I have posted on my webpage, Facebook, and Google+. You can see that picture, but it's quite an honor, and it's a privilege, and I'm just thrilled to have won the Legacy Award.
Well, you definitely deserve it, sir.
Thank you.
So let me ask you, Bob, have you visited any other Disney parks? Either Disneyland or any overseas. Do you attend to? And a side question from that: do other people from those parks have you received any correspondence from them or anything like that?
No, I never have. I've met kids, young people, especially from the what's the one in China? Do you know where are they at in China?
Hong Kong or Shanghai?
Oh, okay, probably one of those. I met some kids that were here in the United States that were training to be managers, and they were out. But as far as anybody offered me to go perform, I haven't heard anything. No, I've never had any kind of correspondence or anything like that. I've performed at all the Disney parks here in Central Florida. I used to sub at the Animal Kingdom and the Tarzan show. It was a great show. It's no longer there. I used to play at Coca Corner at the Diamond, over at the Magic Kingdom. I played the Diamond Horseshoe. I've played the Hoop-de-Doo show. I've played at MGM Studios several times out at Epcot. So I've played all the Disney parks, but I've never been to any of the parks outside the United States. I'd love to. I love going to Paris, but I've never been to the Paris Disney park. I've played a podcast convention out there in California, but it was right next door to the Disney park, but I didn't get inside of it. But I love to travel, and I love all the Disney parks, but I just haven't had the opportunity to go.
All right. Cody, you have another question?
Yeah, Bob, we actually have this question from one of our Twitter followers at JodyWishMN, and she asked, how do you remember so many names?
Well, I don't know. I I make a mental effort when people tell me their name. I try to remember it, and I'll go around that. I try to get there in time. I try to get to every table before the show, and I'll meet as many people as I can. A lot of people are there for the second, third time, and so I know them from before. But when people tell me their name, I just try very, very hard to remember it. And when I get up on stage, I will use it in the show, and there's no trick to it. You just, somebody tells you your name, you just gotta try to remember it. It doesn't happen every time, but I really try hard.
I like that. I like that a lot.
So you mentioned playing in front of John Lasseter. Has there been any other people that famous people that have come, or anybody that is in the upper echelon at Disney come and actually listen to you and sing along?
Yes, there has been, and it always kind of scares me when they're there because it makes me uncomfortable. I'd rather perform for just for folks that love to come to Disney. And I've met some of the folks that are in the upper management, and it's always interesting when they come. But I love to entertain. I love people. I know you want some names, but at the moment I'm not at liberty. Really, I'd rather just them remain anonymous.
Cool. Jared, did you have another question?
Yeah, I do. So, Bob, I'm a huge Disney fan. I love the parks. What is your favorite attraction, Disney attraction?
Well, there's so many. How can you pick? I love the Rock and Roller Coaster. I love Space Mountain. That's always a fun thing. I love all of the folks that perform at studios. The outside the characters that do all of that. Terry Ward, as a close friend of mine, magician over there. There's just so many interesting things to see and do all over those parks. All of the fireworks shows. There's so many interesting things. I don't know if, some of the fun things. I don't know if you've ever been down in a tunnel. That's a very interesting thing there at underneath the Magic Kingdom. There's so many interesting things. I just love so much, so many things over there. It's all very interesting.
Now, you did mention, your different jobs and, what you're currently doing now. So let me ask you, how long do you see yourself doing this? I mean, is this something that you plan on doing it until you can't do it anymore, or is there a certain time that you're going to say, this is it, let's have the big finale, everyone come, and I'm just going to do it?
I have no intention of retiring. I don't have any desire to retire. I love what I do, and as long as I'm physically able to do it, I'm going to be up there carrying on, blowing my little bugle, and memorizing names and singing songs, and getting people wound up.
All right, Joe, you have another question?
Yeah, hi, Bob. I just wanted everybody, all our listeners, to know, like myself, where can we get your music on CD? Is it you ordered it through your website, or you said Twitter? Where can people find out more about Bob?
Well, thank you, Joe. You can find out all you would ever want to know about Yeehaw Bob there on my website, yeehawbob.com. My music is available, my original music, which I love to write. I was a music composition major in college. I love to write original music. My original music is available on Amazon.com and CD Baby and all the normal outlets. You just have to look for it. You can find it on what's some of those, all those digital radio stations. You can find it anywhere to listen to. But if you want my CDs, you have to go to my website, yeehawbob.com, and I'll be glad to send them to you. They're only $10 plus postage.
I'm waiting for mine. Thanks, Bob.
Joe?
All right, Cody.
Yeah, Bob, you mentioned even perform for us some Disney songs already. What is your favorite Disney song to perform?
I would have to say my favorite Disney song. I'm the king of the swingers. VIP. I pay the rest, all the best. I love that one.
And it's a good one.
Had them 40 features, I'd had 1,000 too. You're in luck, 'cause up your sleeve you got a brighter message never fail. I love that one as well.
Hey, Bob, this is Joe again. Sorry. Have you been caught up in the Frozen theme yet, or do we get a lot of girls and young children asking for Frozen songs?
Well, I do perform that song out of respect to John Lasseter and his team of Imagineers. And I loved that song. And I know that some people are tired of it, but I do it out of respect to John. And the kids love to sing it. And that's just all there is to it. I don't mind performing. As long as people sing along, I love to perform it, and I'll do it out of respect to John Lasseter.
That's awesome.
Great reason. Great reason.
All right. And for those, Bob, who haven't been to your show, why don't you go ahead and you kind of gave what the layout is. You said you go out and introduce yourself to people. Why don't you give the listener now, the first time person who's coming now, give them the knockout, drag out, what they're going to get when they attend your show.
Well, I love to get people in.
Now, give them the knockout, drag out.
Sing along with those old Disney standards from all the old movies, and we even do songs from the rides. We do lots of Sherman Brothers. If you're a fan of the Sherman Brothers,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I do a lot of music by the Sherman Brothers. And if you love to sing along, if you love Disney music, then that little show is the place for you.
All right, and so do you get a lot of people that just shout out songs to you that you're like, I don't know it, or say they shouted out, something from like Robin Hood. I know we have a big discussion about Robin Hood in our group, so or if they say something
to the folks, laughing back and forth what the other had to say.
Oh, thank you.
This is having such a good time, oodle-lotty, golly, what do? Never thinking there was danger in the water, they were drinking just because of the time. Never dreaming that a scheming sheriff and his posse would follow them and gathering around. Robin Hood and Little John were laughing through the forest, hopping fences, dodging trees, trying to get away. So you just come on out and ask for that one, and I'm going to play it for you.
Good. But do you have a tendency of getting people just throwing out songs that you don't know to play, but you're pretty much on a set up that what you're going to play, right?
I don't really solicit for requests because people ask for songs either I don't know or that are inappropriate for the show. So I put on a show, and if they come up on my intermission and ask for a tune and I know it, I'll try my very best to accommodate them. But if it's inappropriate or if it's something that I don't know, then I'll just tell them, and I know they're going to enjoy what I'm going to play for them, and I'll find an alternative.
So, but you don't get people to come up and ask you to play the Imperial March, right, for Star Wars?
Oh, I have to. No, I'm looking for a song, and it's probably something that I'll have to think about.
All right, Jared, you have a question?
Yeah, I got a couple of questions that I'm going to hit you with, Bob. So, one, how does your piano not fall over? And two, have you ever played on the Disney cruise?
The first one is easy. It doesn't fall over because there's a wall about 8 inches apart, away from it. I rock this piano with my knee. I took the wheels off the bottom of it, and I rock it. I push it with my knee. This piano is moving back and forth. And if you climb back there and look, you'd see that there's actually a hole in the wall where I knocked a hole in the wall. I need to take that thing back up before the management decides they don't like it. But I rock them back and forth, and that's basically what keeps it from falling over. As far as the cruise goes, I'd love to play on a Disney cruise, and I've looked into playing on a Disney cruise, maybe take a busman's holiday, and they will not let me. They won't let me play on a Disney cruise because they're two different companies. I would have to give notice at Disney. I would have to leave Disney and go to work for the Disney Cruise Line. So right now, that Disney cruise thing is not going to happen. I played before I joined Disney. We used to live on the ships. We used to live on ships I used to live over in Helsinki, Finland, and I would play on these ships out of Helsinki. We'd go back and forth between Helsinki and Stockholm, and we'd go to Åland and some of these other islands out there in the archipelago. But right now, I'd love to play it, take a busman's holiday and work on that Disney Cruise Line, but it's a matter of red tape. They just won't let me do it.
Gotcha. Cool.
All right, so getting back to your music, Bob, let me ask. So, outside of Disney music, you write other music. Who is some of the people that influenced you to getting to music and to get you into actually writing and performing it?
Well, I've always enjoyed the music from the 1920s and 30s. My piano teacher was an expert at that style. He was a piano player by the name of Dick Hyman, and he was my mentor. He wrote the music for a lot of the Woody Allen movies, and he's an expert at ragtime. I'm left-handed, and I've always enjoyed playing ragtime boogie-woogie. So he was a big help and a big influence on me learning that old 1920s and 30s style. But I've always enjoyed the music, again, the classical music from the 30s and 40s. I love, I'm Hungarian. My mother's side is Hungarian. I've always loved the music of Bela Bartok. And right now I'm practicing, every day I practice the piano. I'm rememorizing Debussy's Clair de Lune. I play from Bach's Well-Tempered Clavier. Right at the moment, I'm rememorizing Manuel de Falla's Ritual Fire Dance. In my show, I'm playing Rhapsody in Blue by George Gershwin. So I love to play classical music, and I don't get an opportunity to do it very often, but I love it, especially the early music from the 1920s and 30s. I love Stravinsky and those guys. Gentlemen, I enjoy talking to you. It's time for me to go. I want to give a big shout